Hello world, this is Chris with Elevations. We're going to do a little review video of the game reveal and everything we see here for Next Level. This is a pretty cool game. There's a lot of interesting elements I think a lot of people didn't notice, such as the different levels and the requirements and some of the different restrictions. Now we want to take a look at the actual field layout itself. So if we look at the field layout, what they had mentioned is there's a few yellows in there, and then you have the blues and the reds. Something to notice here is you're going to have to pass those reds to your alliance partner or bring them to the other side of the field in order to score yourself. Something else to really look at is only one side of that top level three actually has a backer, so you can't just shoot it up there and it'll sit. It can easily slide right off the back end. So this is an interesting aspect. We have seen a lot of game components that are sewn together like this. I'm really hoping these are a little bit better quality, so they're not going to be opening up continuously throughout the season. That's always an issue when we're dealing with things that are sewn together. Now this, again, we have a situation where we have loaders that have to load. That's not my favorite aspect of this game, but you do have a lot of extra bean bags that you have on the side, and you do have that nice lower score area that I think a lot of teams will be shooting for early season to make basically an early run to be able to get some points going. Now, this is an interesting aspect that they brought in for a little bit of restrictions. So you do have that restriction area, so you can only fit in if you are nice and short. You could potentially do some scissor type robots to be able to get a little bit of shorter height when you go through there. That's definitely an option, or you can just go all the way around and pass it to each other. I think an aspect that could be interesting if you have the capability to fling, if you're able to pick up one of these bags and kind of shoot it to the other side, so then your alliance partner can pick it up and then put it into the goal area. That could be one way to really avoid traversing across the field. And obviously, we have the different levels there on the gameplay. And this is a really interesting aspect. I think it's going to be a little complex, especially early season. But again, that scissor lift type mechanism could be beneficial, or a reverse forward bar, some things like that to allow you to get a little bit more altitude on your robot and be able to get that beanbag up there, unless you're just going to entirely fling it up and hopefully you just shoot it up there. This is definitely an aspect that I think a lot of people were pretty upset about, and you could hear that during the game reveals. You only have one Bane bag that you can hold. That's definitely going to make the gameplay a little bit more restrictive. So here's just to talk about the actual gameplays. You have the ability to have two different teams. You're doing the normal stuff like we're used to, two drivers and a loader. The driver does a driver switch like we're used to, and then we do the switch for the last 25, 35 seconds, and the loader does his loading throughout the entire time. I would like to see these games go back to just two drivers operating, so we're not throwing an extra third person in there, but this is where we're at right now. And again, same thing, we do have the skills, so you have the aspects of just driver skills, so you're able to do this all on your own, or you can do the programming aspect. An interesting aspect of that is what the layout's going to be. If we're going to see a different layout in your bean bags during your skills matches versus regular teamwork matches, since you do have the different scoring areas on opposite corners of the field. So this will be interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. See what you guys can come up with. It's going to be a fun season to get going again. There's definitely some downfalls this game, but hopefully we can make it quite enjoyable and get these teams going for a whole new season of VEX IQ. As always, my name is Chris with Elevations. I do hope you learned something today. Like and subscribe below. Thanks for watching.